The following is a Productions original series.
Hello and welcome to Walk and Roll Live. I'm Doug Vincent, joined by Addie Rich. Our podcast is dedicated to amplifying the voices of the disability community. I'm a polio survivor.
Yep, you are, and I have cerebral palsy.
And how was your week?
It was a good week, but the world, the time is just flying. I don't know about you, but I'm like, how is it the middle of April? Like, it was just New Year's Eve in my head, right?
I know. I am looking forward to, it's going to be Christmas tomorrow. It feels like, as fast as things are going.
Right?
Yes.
Well, and especially we talk about when you get into the spring and summer seasons, I have work travel coming up. I'm coming to Cali to see you and my family. And then and my friend's like, well, we should rent a beach house in July. And I'm thinking, well, that's forever. But then I look at the calendar. And I'm like, no, that would make me, it would be in 2 weeks from now if the way it's moving.
Well, I'm going to Easter this coming weekend at my cousin's house. And, we do it every year. And I'm, look forward to it. I love it. And it felt like it was 3 months away yesterday. And all of a sudden, hey, I haven't gotten a hotel room yet. So got that done. So good to go.
Nice. It's the year of sneak ups, I guess, right? Where it's oh, snap. Yeah, I'm with it.
So you said it was a good week. It sounded like there was some fun stuff in there. Anything you care to share?
The weather was great. It was just work. So I work in accounting, if people don't really know that. And so the job that I do, I have to collate a lot of reports by the 10th. And so the work week moves really fast when you're doing that. So there was a lot of that, and just the weather is beautiful. So I think you have a better attitude when the weather's nice.
Yeah.
Still light when you get off of work, even if you spent the day laying in spreadsheets.
You still have some time to enjoy the day.
Yeah, I'm not oh my God, now it's time for bed and I'll do this tomorrow at 6,
Yeah.
So
I know. I love this time of year as the days get longer and
right.
That, and I know people are like, oh God, I hate this. I want to go back. It's like, I want the winter again. Yeah. What?
Yeah. You're like, what's wrong with you? There's a screw loose.
To each their own, I guess. Yeah.
How was your week?
It was good. Went to the Old Farts Racing Team meeting, which otherwise known as Taco Tuesday at the American Legion Hall. That was fun. Yeah, it was a good turnout because they do a big car show every year. It's at least 30 years now. I think they had their 30th a couple of years ago. They shut down downtown Riverside. They have a cruise through town, and it used to be 3 days. Now it's down to 1. But it's a fun event, about 1,300 cars.
Wow.
A lot, and Jeeps and buses. And
it's no small feat.
It's not
6 guys that say, hey, beat me on Sunday.
Yeah, and then every year amongst their members, they vote the Grand Marshal in, and that's Richard Mihas this year. And, well-deserved. The guy's been around forever and volunteers and supports and does all that stuff. So,
so amazing.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. We did that. And then I got the Smart Drive controller.
Yahoo.
And I am happy to report we're going on about 96 hours, and it is not, had an exorcism, or it doesn't need an exorcism. It hasn't been possessed and tried to kill me yet. So,
did you tell those people that it needed an exorcism when they took it with them? Did you say, please put this in the closet? Or
I told everybody that would listen. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I approached them at Abilities Expo.
Right.
When I was there, and and I think I may have said, when I'm sitting there talking to the guy about it, another guy rolled up and had one in his hand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I know your story. Yeah. So got that all, and everything's smooth. And it's, other than that, little hitch that it had. Other than that, I love it. I love everything about the way it works over the other, ways that they had you connect with it.
The assistance that it truly provides when not trying to gremlin kill you. Yes, I get that.
Because they had a watch that you wore, and you double tap that to go, and double tapped it to stop, and things like that. And then they had buttons, and of all the things, I really like this. So that works good. Talking with a young lady that I met at Abilities Expo, Vivian, about helping us with some social media, I've gone a long way to learn as much as I can, but there's only so much you can teach an old dog and, grasp.
Not the truth.
I've done all right. Done all right. But, she had a nice meeting with her today, and, she's telling me about things that, never even entered my mind. I don't know about them. And she's getting a certificate for this. She's going to school and getting a
really cool.
Yeah. So
she's a walking encyclopedia of the most current information.
So we'll see how that goes. And then I want to wish everybody a happy tax day. That's coming up tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You better stay up late if you're not done. Sorry, peeps.
Got all those.
Oh, well, by the time you're listening to this, I hope you're not finishing your taxes while listening to us.
Yes. Hopefully we're not your entertainment.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
righty.
used to work in an accounting firm, so I lived the tax season life. I understand.
So I don't know. This is interesting. The shoemaker never gets to his shoes. The mechanic always, cars breaking down. How about the accountant that tax done months ago?
No.
No.
Only because of my side gigs and things.
Yeah.
I use an actual accountant to do it for me. I collate the books, so I'm probably like a dream client because I walk in and everything's categorized and labeled, and I understand what I can write off and those things. So it's pretty much done, but I want the eyes, and I don't want to defend it to the IRS if there were an issue, and that's what you get an accountant for. Most
will
of them
help
that are certified.
defend it. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, I have somebody
They will
that
defend.
does it for me and has done it for years and years, and I've gotten much better. I used to, you probably relate to this. She used to give me a book that was a book of envelopes, basically.
Yes.
It was like 13 envelopes on a spiral, and you just put stuff. You could either put stuff all for that month, or each one of the envelopes could be equipment or different expenses, right? Types of expenses, postage or whatever.
Totally.
Yeah. So now I've transferred all that to an Excel sheet. So
good job.
Yeah. So I'm probably
in my accounting days at the accounting firm, it was in the early 2000s. So I have literally lived the hellish life of a banker's box delivered, where I had to figure out what everything was.
I was
the Excel sheet.
Yeah. I don't want to be that guy who shows up with a shoebox full of receipts and all right, get it done.
Yeah, I would be like, no, Doug, no.
Yeah, I want to be one of their favorite clients.
Right?
So when it comes time to go to the IRS, they're ready to fight for me. I have ulterior motives.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, I want to thank Rebecca for rejoining us, coming back on, and that took a lot of bravery to tell the story, the whole story.
Yes.
And continue, the her fight. So
to live that story and to make headway for others that are living that story, so they don't have to continue to live that story.
I think that was a lot of her motivation, though. And thank you for sharing your part of it too. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So coming up today, we've got an interview with Gary and Crystal from Special Angels, and I'm going to promise you that you're going to love this couple by the time this interview is done. They are amazing. So they run an organization inspired by their grandkids who both had cerebral palsy, and they don't just help people with cerebral palsy or families. Or they don't only just help people that have insurance or don't have insurance and they have a need. They'll even help you if you have insurance, but there's some things that insurance doesn't cover.
Yeah.
Whatever. If you fall between the cracks anywhere, shape or form, if you qualify, they're gonna help you out. And you'll hear all about it. We'll do that next. After this word from Aguiar Professional Training.
At Aguiar Professional Training, we know that your greatest asset is your team. Investing in their development, knowledge, and happiness is essential for your business's success and growth. To achieve new heights, it's important to hire intelligent, talented individuals and empower them to excel in their areas of strength and passion. Aguiar is committed to transforming your employees into happier, more productive, and fulfilled individuals. When your team thrives, your business prospers. Wise leaders understand that providing team members with opportunities to shine in their strengths unlocks untapped potential. Elevate your team with Aguiar Professional Training and witness the growth of your business.
From the Aguiar Professional Training Studios, you're listening to Walk and Roll Live, Disability Stories.